Detroit, how you doing this afternoon? I'm gonna try not to butcher it, but what up though? My name's Dion Walcott, the founder of Marked, which is a creative agency that connects creatives to opportunities and opportunities to creatives. But I'm also the director of partnerships for Pencil Lewis College, which is a new historically black college here in Detroit that's focused on, that's focused on design. It's actually the only historically black college that's focused on design. Before I get started, I just want to give a round of applause for Dr. Dwayne Edwards, who's the president of the school, who chose Detroit for a very specific reason to bring this school to. So just give him a quick round of applause. So what I'm here to talk about today is my sneaker story and how sneakers have changed my life and many others. Now, usually when I talk to people about sneakers, the first thing they think is function, like how are you gonna run in these and get in shape? Or fashion, how do I look super cool in them or look fashionable when I'm walking on the street? And sometimes even both. How do I look fashionable and while I'm running, right? But for me, sneakers I have a totally different perspective on what sneakers can do. To me, sneakers are an engagement tool and a language of a sort that can connect strangers. Now, I may say, you may hear me say a language and say, sneakers don't talk. How can it be a language? I mean, in some cases they do talk, because if you see someone with some beat up sneakers on their feet, they definitely saying something to you. But I'm not speaking about that. I'm speaking about a language that connects two strangers and lets them know the expression that's on your feet, there's a connection between us. We have something in common. I've seen that happen many, many times. You're walking down the street, you see somebody and you're like, oh, this guy has these sneakers on. That means he kind of knows what I like and I kind of know what he likes. Sneakers, outside of it being an engagement tool and a language, to me, it also gives us an opportunity to understand our past in that what happened to the people that were wearing sneakers before me are present in what's actually happening right now at this moment. And then my favorite is, how do we shape the future? How do we use sneakers as that engagement tool to start doing things that we're not comfortable doing or we don't even know exist? Before I started working in education and in business, what I was is about 10 years ago, I was a social worker. And what I prided myself on when I was a social worker is wearing different sneakers every day. Now, if anyone knows anything about social work, you definitely don't get paid a lot of money. So I was definitely a cool social worker that was broke, spending all his money on sneakers. But outside of being the cool, broke social worker, what I quickly realized is it helped me break down a lot of barriers with the young people that I worked with. Again, it was a language. It helped a young person see me in whatever the environment is and say, okay, if Dion has Jordans on, I've been trying to get those Jordans, he must be kind of cool because he has something that I want. And that's how that language started. Now, when I was a social worker, one of the things that I truly wanted to do, which I did successfully, is go through a whole high school experience with a group of young people from grade 9 to graduation, which I did. Now, during the graduation year, something really, really interesting happened. There was 5 young men that I promised, once they graduated, I would take them back to school sneaker shopping. Now, if you know anything about what I'll call kids from the hood, what they don't do is leave their area. It's not a comfortable thing. They're scared to take risks. So for 5 young men to jump in a car with me and drive all the way to New York City, as much as I think I was the cool guy, it definitely wasn't me. It was the sneakers that gave them the trust to take a risk and go beyond spaces that they were comfortable being in. It's on the way back from New York City that I realized, wow, if sneakers can drive kids from the hood to do things that they never thought they would do, what else would sneakers be able to do? And that's when I started my own personal journey of using sneakers as a way to provide access to education and career opportunities that a lot of, if I'm being totally honest, people of color and black people don't even know exist. What we really know well as people of color and black people is consumers. We're usually the cool people. You know, we're always the ones setting the trends. But a lot of times we don't have a career in the things that we actually like to do. So after this experience, I started to say to myself, okay, if I can use sneakers to get people to go to New York, then I'm definitely going to be able to use sneakers to drive people to do things that they never thought they could do. I'll share with you guys a story. What I do every day usually is I take a walk, you know, and just clear my mind. There's a gentleman or a group of gentlemen that work construction, and I pass them every single day. This one gentleman, again, sneakers showed up, and he said to me, man, I see you walking by me every day and you have different sneakers on. What do you do? And I said, I work in education. I work helping people get into the sneaker industry. He quickly explained to me, you know, unfortunately I've been involved with the law, but I have a God-given talent that I can draw your face right here. But right now I'm doing construction, so it's kind of skipped a generation. But then he went on to explain to me that his daughter inherited the same skill. So I said to him, why don't you have your daughter apply to my program that I'm doing with Reebok, which was a color blocking program. For what you guys don't know, color blocking is a sneaker, it's all white, and you just add colors to it and tell a story. It was a competition, the program was. And these sneakers right here was his daughter's sneakers that actually won the competition. The reason I share that story is because, like I said earlier, it's an engagement tool. That young man came up to me and engaged. Then there was a language that we spoke. And then it wasn't for him, but it skipped a generation. And it actually gave his daughter an opportunity to now be able to have a portfolio piece. She's only 17. Being 17 and having a portfolio piece, you now have a new career pathway that you did not even know existed before I connected with your father. So those are the type of things that sneakers can do. What I want to leave you with, because I'm running out of time, is to think about it. Next time you see somebody on the street and they have a fresh pair of sneakers on, or you think they're fresh, tell them that Dion Walcott said that sneakers are a language and an amazing engagement tool. Give them the head nod, look at their feet, and say, I like your shoes, man. Peace. Thank you so much.